It looks like you're our one participant so far.
But I'll
So
get all the training.
thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Very cool.
I told Kyle we were going to buy, my husband retired last Friday. We're going to buy a couple mountain bikes, but he can't find them anywhere. No, he's only been to like Academy and Walmart, you know, no bike shops because we don't want to pay like outrageous. But that's where we're at.
Cool. Do you guys live in Argyle?
Sanger.
Sanger. Okay. Yeah, so far as it coming to purchasing, there honestly in Denton, there's a lot of used bicycle shops that you might be able to like, especially like a mountain bike, just like an entry-level bike. You may actually have luck if you guys poked around town here.
Yeah.
I think one of the like cheaper, so like the bike shops around town definitely scale in price like very fast.
Yeah.
If you want me to give you a couple of names though, like as places to check prices, I can search through that.
Yeah.
So there's a place that's just off the square. Actually, there's one spot that's called Secondhand Sports.
Oh yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah, it's like right by Denton Brewing Co. I think that might be your cheapest option. I've never actually been there, but they have a pretty wide selection.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would go to Sprockets.
Okay.
And Sprockets Bicycle Shop sells all types of bikes from like lower end to higher end, but they're very reasonable on their price, and they come with a year-long guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have any issues, they do bike maintenance for free. I actually picked up a mountain bike there for, I think it was, I'm not sure what your budget is, but it was like $175, and it's a super solid bike.
Oh, great. Yeah, we were thinking we wanted to stay 200 or below.
For
For each bike, yeah. And I'm wondering if that's what I want. I'm just saying mountain bike because that's what Chris told me, because I called him. We want something with the big tires. Is that probably the best bet then?
Yeah, so far as like versatility and like if you want bigger tires and if you're like thinking maybe some more off-road or like a gentler ride, mountain bikes certainly offer like suspension, so that like if you're hitting potholes or if you're going around your yard and want to be able to not necessarily go for speed, but go for like something that's a little easier on your body, like, and the mountain bike will certainly absorb the shock a lot more. What kind of like, are you planning on road riding or off-road?
It's going to be road riding. We're going to hook them on the back of the camper and then just like ride them around the campground blacktops and maybe the cement trails they have, you know, so nothing like downhills or grass, nothing like that. We're too old for that.
Yeah, for sure. I think the only other thing I could recommend, and you might have some luck finding, if you are going to stick more to roads, there's bikes called hybrid or like commuter bikes, and essentially what it is, the bike doesn't have any suspension, like it's completely rigid, but they make a lot of them, like I'm going to do a demonstration where instead of you riding like this very aggressively, the geometry of the bike keeps you upright.
That's what I want.
Right. So something that's a more like casual like build would certainly be helpful. And I think the term like that you would be looking for is called like a hybrid bike.
Okay. Yes. I wanted just an old-fashioned Schwinn with just front pedals, and if you pedal backwards, it's a brake. Well, my husband said we need a few gears, but I didn't even want that.
Right. So. And you know, what might actually be good is checking out some of those shops around town, because the cool thing is they're like, they start a discussion with you, and they actually will be like, what are you looking for? And then you kind of describe it, and then they say, okay, we have ABC bike. How about you go out and test it and see if that's what you're looking for? which is really cool because they promote like maybe you want a different bike than your husband would have, and each one is suited to you guys independently. And now depending on the season, like they might have more or less bike selection, but it's very, very cool to be able to get your hands on and like talk to someone who knows all the bikes they have in the store, just in case you want something a little bit different. And if they're used, it's like, it's just such a good deal. Like the price gets just cut in half. So
Right, and we already have different seats because I like the bigger seats, not the skinny ones. So we
right.
already have seats from older bikes that we got rid of and saved the seats because they were still in good shape. So yeah, Kyle.
Yeah, and Lori, going to a shop like that also, it's night and day difference between, going to somewhere like Walmart or Academy, as far as like the service that you get and the information that you're able to get. If you go to Academy or Walmart, like you're just gonna buy a bike that looks like it might be good, and
True.
like you won't even be able to test ride it unless you're like riding around in the store. But yeah, I would definitely second Meg's recommendation of going to an actual bike shop. And every bike shop that I've ever been to has used bikes for sale.
I'll try that.
Yeah, and if you and your husband could both go like together, you'll learn a lot, and you can like help each other remember, the different things about what you learn, and because you might end up wanting to go to more than one place.
Have you all talking about bikes? Have you seen the new bikes for little kids? They don't have pedals. They're just for balance.
I have seen those.
Yeah, it's like a starter bike.
Yes, my grandson has one and he's like a wild man on it. He'll be 3 in June. And he goes down like the little hill at their house with his helmet on and there's no brake but your feet.
Awesome.
He loves it. And I'm like, how are you doing that? But that was shocked me. I never thought there'd be bikes without pedals.
Yeah.
For balance. So they're getting him a real bike tonight with training wheels.
Really? That's so cute.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. Well, that's all questions I really had, and I'm going to go to the bike stores, and that's a good idea. I'm going to go check that out. I always wanted to go in secondhand sports and never did. Then we thought about going to Surplus at the college, but I don't know if there would be mountain bikes there or not.
Yeah. Go ahead, Meg.
Well, Kyle, you might actually have more to say, but as so far as I'm aware, after like they do that purge each semester of like cleaning out the bike racks, I've heard that they have a lot of bikes there. Do you know, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, I would say dozens, maybe closer to like 100 bikes. Yeah, they have a lot of bikes.
Yeah.
The problem with going the Surplus route is you get what you get, and they don't let you test ride anything. And so I think I think there's a little bit of gambling involved. I know you like gambling, Lori. So yeah, just a little bit involved. But if you know what you're looking for, then you'd be much better off. But I don't think it's a good place to go to shop around unless you're open to just like anything.
And true. And if it was on campus, more likely they might have been outside a lot.
Definitely.
Especially if they live in the dorms.
Well, and they, depending on the bike, a lot of them get stored outside at Surplus as well.
Oh,
True.
Yeah.
True.
well.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate y'all helping. It's great to see you too.
Yeah, you too.
You might see you maybe sooner than we think. I don't know. Who knows? When we'll be called back to duty.
Yep.
Well, you two have a good weekend, and thanks for the information.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, see you later.
Yeah. Did you get your saddle fixed?
I think so. Yeah, I think I adjusted it. it's just a small adjustment for right now, but yeah, it's canted up a little bit.
Nice. I can see the difference.
You can?
Yeah, just a bit, but like I think that little bit might make a world of difference.
Yeah, I know that. Like I wanted to make a small adjustment just because I feel like any adjustment is gonna feel big.
Uh-huh.
I dig my Saddlebag so much.
Yeah, it's very nice. I like how like firm it is. That makes sense. Like when you stuffed it.
Did I ever show you like what the inside looked like?
It's quite hard to see when you put things. Oh, brilliant.
So it's got like 2 little spots for wrenches or levers right there.
That's so cool.
And then a pocket over here that's supposed to be for, I guess, CO2 can, or what are those called? Whatever. Yeah, cartridges. But I just have, I have patches and a couple of zip ties in there. And then it's just big enough for 1 tube and 1 small roll of duct tape. And I could probably fit some more stuff in there if I really wanted to.
Yeah. I kind of think it's like having a backpack that's not too big. Like the more space you have, the more stuff you'll put in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I've got this. I didn't show you this, but I told you about it. This little guy.
Yeah, that's what you're. So your T-tool, T-hex, what are they called? T-hexes?
This one's T-tools. I don't know. Yeah, and then this one is this is like a bike multi-tool that has a little bit of everything on it. So it's got like standard hex sizes. It has 1 T hex, Phillips head. I'll have to show it to you at some point, but yeah, it's cool. I could have used this probably to adjust my bike seat.
I think the only time I've seen the T-hex things is like on my knife.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Like I just pulled it up and all these little bits, like, but I've never actually had that tool personally. I think my dad has some, but.
Yeah, I bought this because I needed a T7 and like couldn't find one anywhere for my knife. So there you have it.
Yeah. You know, that's strange. I wonder why they have one on your bike multi-tool.
A T? Yeah, there's just one.
And like, what is the chance that's going to be the right size? I don't know.
I would say that the chance is probably pretty good for whatever it's for.
Since they put it on there?
Yeah, I just don't know what it's for.
True. This chalk bag is starting to have peanut butter grime on it. Pretty sick.
That's gross.
I know. It like will bust out of the little Tupperware that I packed it in. It's pretty bad. I'm not proud.
Oh, one other cool thing that this multi-tool has, you gotta look. It's gonna be hard, but I gotta show you. So it's got this hex.
Got it. Oh.
And it's got a little boy that goes on top of it to make it a bigger hex.
Interesting. So that it fits it in the like folding system.
Yeah.
Where does that little guy store when it's not being used?
On it.
Oh, so they don't have to add another one.
Yeah, it just lives on it, and then if you need the smaller one, then you just take it off and I guess throw it in your pocket or something.
That's pretty cool. I don't know why, but I don't have like one of those things. I have this wrench that I bring with me along with one other, and then this really jank, like just normal multi-tool that I use pliers all the time on my bike. Like if a cable busts or something like that, pliers would be one thing I would like really suggest.
Okay.
If you need it. And then it has like a folding blade, a flat head, and a Phillips head, and a saw, which is like
hell yeah.
And
I bet that I could fit my big ass multi-tool in this as well. I don't think I want to because then it's stuck in this bag. But I'll probably just get a real simple, because that's one thing that I don't have as well is I don't have a blade.
Yeah.
I usually carry one in my pocket, but not always, I guess. So.
It's also nice because anything I store in my saddlebag, I expect to be stolen, like as just a rule of thumb. So I try not to keep anything nice in there.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but like I'm like, oh, this thing's kind of junky. Maybe it'll be fun.
Yeah, that makes sense because I definitely am not going to be taking this thing off and putting it on all the time.
No, or like you stuff it so mine is like max stuffed, so rooting around in it is kind of hard.
Yeah. I think that mine will eventually become more stuffed. It's just the beginning right now.
What would you stuff it with?
What?
What else would you stuff it with?
A multi-tool.
Oh, I see.
A blow pop.
That tracks for you. Are you familiar with Loctite?
Yeah.
I love it. And that is the end of my thought.
In fact, what? Oh, the end of your thought.
It's because all these bolts have Loctite on them, and I'm just excited about it. I'm like, these things are never going anywhere. Awesome.
Uh-oh, I'm definitely gonna be taking my whole bike apart soon.
Oh, what do you mean?
I just want to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I don't know, when someone normally says, uh-oh, it's because there's a big problem, not because it's exciting. I have to admit, though, this is really fun. Like, hanging out, working on bikes.
Yeah, I just wish that I had 2 arms. That would make it really awesome.
I'm finding it entertaining.
Good. So let me turn camera around. Okay, so first question. There seems to be like a different color right here, and it's like, this is like raised a little bit.
Yeah.
It's almost like this is like an additional coat of something, maybe?
Yeah.
What is this? Do you know?
So that bar that you're touching, it's called the Chainstay. And what that piece of protectant is doing just that. It's protecting your chain from ripping away the paint off of your chainstay.
Does my chain touch this often?
No, if everything goes to plan, it shouldn't. However, when you think about like a nice new bike or a nice new car, the last thing you want is to like scratch it.
Yeah.
And when I got my bike, it had like a piece of tape on it, and that tape eventually came off. And I noticed that my entire chainstay looks wrecked because at some point it just took a beating from the chain.
Gotcha.
So yeah, great observation, and it's pretty cool that yours is clear. But it just protect the integrity of the bike.
Gotcha. The other thing that I just noticed is this wire. I guess it's connected to my derailleur here. Is this called a derailleur also, or is this the only derailleur?
It's also a derailleur. You have a front and rear derailleur.
Okay.
And like, it's called that because when it moves, it derails the chain. Like, yeah.
I feel like this did not used to touch my tire. Is there a chance that this entire thing rotated in that wreck?
Yeah, if that happened, because I'm pretty sure that's a fixed like component, like I like that it's one in the same piece. And so if it really did take a beating, your derailleur would be all whacked. But I was able to shift it with no problem. You can test it out and see like if it works. And if not, just bend that metal back. Nice.
Like that? Like abracadabra, we're done?
Done. Maybe just pedal it and use the derailleur up and down to make sure, but I think it would have rotated like within the, like, I don't know how to describe that, left, right.
Right.
Yeah. I think it would be very noticeable if your derailleur was jank.
Okay, I'll just tuck this like right up into my bottle cage there.
Sweet.
Perfect. My chain is so dirty.
Yeah.
Is it a problem or ill-advised to get degreaser and just like take a rag and like wipe it down? Is that a problem?
Just make sure that once you do that, you re-lubricate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen people just like soak it in a solvent before and then just like make sure it's all good to go after. And then when you re-lubricate it, there is like a balance between too little and too much lubricant. So it shouldn't be like dripping because then it'll just like accumulate dirt and grime like way faster.
I think that's what happened here because when I had that squeak earlier, I like went to town and I'm pretty sure that like all of this is like drippings.
Yo, yeah, I would say that's true.
And basically like, all of this is all like, I mean, it's not gummed up, but it's definitely not clean.
Yeah, I also have like the best tool in the world to like clean all of that. If you want me to drop it off, you're doing it now, so maybe that's not a good idea. But I will show you. So I would recommend you purchase one if, or you can always borrow mine. But have you seen?
I have seen, I think I know the tool that you're talking about, right? It's like
This guy?
No, I have not seen one of those.
No. So it's really cool. It's by Park Tool Company, and it's like super dope, but it has like this little handle and brushes within, and it actually like it opens up, and then your chain goes through right here, and you like close it, and then you just crank your chain through, and like liquid and stuff goes here, and it makes your chain so nice, and it has all these little brushes that you like put inside.
That's cool.
It's a game changer for keeping up with my bike. So
that seems pretty legit.
I don't think it's too pricey, maybe like $20, but super worth it.
You do like soapy water in there?
Yeah, it comes with a solution, but I just use Dawn dish soap, like
Yeah.
grease cutting. I don't know if detergent's the right word. Surfactant, and it works nicely. Okay. I think we have the same bar tape.
Could be. I got it at Rocket.
Is it by Brooks?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we do. I kind of now wish I had. I think I told you when I replace these tires, I'm gonna get them with like beige sidewalls, and then get brown, like a dark brown bar tape again, and like make it. It's gonna look so good.
Nice.
Because my tires were black this time, so I was like, oh, I'll go black. But it doesn't do my bike enough justice. Sad. But this bar tape is 10 out of 10.
It's soft.
Yeah, and it like, it's easy to clean. Like you can use Armor All on it. Not that I've done that, but that's my plan. Because my hands these days are turning black after rides, which is pretty sick.
That is kind of sick.
Hey, your hoods also feel really gross, so.
What?
Your hoods on your brake levers, they're like sticky.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, that's not mine. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, mine are also gross. The rubber just like, and like sunscreen. My hoods are like, oh, they look gross.
I guess I haven't ever really like looked.
Yeah, they just felt different. Mine have molded to the shape of my body, which is gross.
That's awesome. Do you know how to true wheels?
I do. I did it recently, and it was awesome. It wasn't hard at all. Are you untrue?
Not that I know of. I'm just cleaning my spoke, and it made me think of that.
Yeah, I think I actually have an extra spoke wrench if you want one. If it fits your bike. It's really fun, actually. And super, like, intuitive,
Yeah?
you'd say. I really need a third hand. I really feel bad saying that in front of you. I'm out here complaining.
Okay. I understand.
Well, there's like, I'm holding 5 moving parts. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds rough.